Hey everybody, let's go ahead and get started. My name is Bonnie Shalette. I am a technology facilitator for the East Baton Rouge Parish School System. I'm going to go ahead and jump in. Today we're going to be talking about workspace, Google for Education workspace updates. There have been a ton of stuff rolled out. I've got lots of gifts. If you want to access any gifts, if you want to make a copy, I've got all of these gifts at bit.ly/EBR Google updates. Pretty simple. I didn't make all of these. They came straight from Google at their most recent event. So if you need to reach me at any time, you can reach me at Bonnie Shalette on Twitter. Check me out on my email, bshalette@ebrschools.org. And I have a website where I store a lot of these things at techbond.com. So I have all the Google certifications. So I try to keep as up to date on this stuff as I can. So like I said, let's go ahead and dive in. I'm going to make this a little bigger. So we're going to start with Google Classroom. First, Google changed how Google for Workspace for Education works. Now there are tiers. My district, we were on the enterprise plan. Now, we have moved to we're doing the free version because, Google for Education was supposed to be free forever. And then after COVID, they kind of shifted. I find that a lot of the paid upgrades are going to impact like the admin settings and Meet. So if you're just a regular classroom teacher, it won't be super different for you. If you have, okay.
Is anyone in there?
There were. I have 3 watching now.
Okay.
Hold on just 1 second.
It says video available from the one in the Bitly. Sorry.
All right. All right. Let me check one more time. I'm having a slight technical difficulty.
Maybe it would help if I refresh the page. Okay, good.
Okay.
I
Sorry.
can see it.
All right, good deal. You have to refresh it. So, all right, back on track. So, number 1 is going to be that roster import. It is powered by Clever. That is going to be one of those paid features. But also Google Classroom is going to offer more offline capabilities. So students will be able to sync at school, go home, work, save their work on their Chromebook, and then when they get back, it'll resync and stay there. A lot of complaints people have were that Classroom wasn't a true LMS. So they have shifted, and now you're going to be able to see some reports from about student engagement activity. You'll be able to see link there, like how much time they spent, what was their last assignment put in. Another one of the paid features is going to be classroom add-ons. And some things for Meet. Meet is going to be now integrated for everybody with Google Classroom. And then there's something a lot of people struggle with when we first went with COVID. First had COVID issues, is that like we wanted just our class to be able to access our class Meet. And they are going to fix that, and teachers will automatically be co-hosts. Like I said, so some people will have access to Educating Plus, not the East Baton Rouge Parish School System. But if you hear about it, and I'm just talking about it because if you hear about it, just know that is on that paid tier. Now, coming for everybody will be the ability to schedule assignments to multiple classes. So hugely popular request. And don't forget to give Google feedback whenever you have a good idea, because they do read that feedback because they want to make money off of your ideas. But now, instead of having to schedule and then copy or reuse, now if you have, you can schedule an assignment, the same assignment to all of your classes. So say you have 8th grade social studies classes. Now you can schedule that same assignment all the way down. Huge deal. It's going to save people so much time. As I said, so school's getting like the upgrade. We'll see these add-ons. And that it's just, I have a quick video. Like I said, if you want to see these slides, you can access them at bit.ly/EBR Google Updates. And I'm going to keep on this view so I can click a little faster. But like I was talking about measuring student engagement. You do have those education fundamentals. This is for everybody, but you can see now I'm going to get like a little report. I can see when students were on there. I can see when they, how long they spent on there, what they did last. And I have like that report where I can bring to conferences if I need or anything like that, and really show how students are using it. I know the next step we hope is that Google will close out assignments and you can end it where students can't turn in things after the due date. So let's keep reminding Google that we want that feature. Like I said, they'll have a lot more offline capabilities for everybody. Like I said, Classroom will be available online. Students will sync their computers online at school. If they don't have connectivity at home, they can take their Chromebook home, do whatever they need to do. And when they come back to school and it sets up that Wi-Fi, it'll sync with all the work they've done. And like I said, this safer Meet experience where only the people in that Google Classroom will be able to access that Meet. You can add guests if you have guest speakers, but that is going to be an option. I know that Meet became our favorite friend this year very quickly. Some of us had never opened a Meet before, and then we were using it every day. Some things that are coming are live translated captions, being able to pin multiple people, being able to end meeting for all. I know we've all seen that roll out. It's been a blessing. Being able to mute everyone at once, some just more breakout room settings, improved hand raising. This feature totally freaks me out. And then multiple hosts, because that was a big problem, like people who had substitutes or anything like that. Like you need more than one host with all those admin controls. I think we've all seen this new user face roll out. It took me forever to get to used to it and be able to move people around and all that. Multiple moderators. Like I said, you might have more than one teacher in a class. You might have 2 people trying to monitor that classroom, and that is now going to be available to everyone, where 2 or more people can handle the safety and all that kind of stuff. Hand raising. This is really fascinating. So when a student raises their hand, you can click on them, they'll talk, and then when they stop talking, it puts their hand down automatically. We'll see how that goes. I haven't heard any feedback on it yet because school hasn't started, but I want to see how that works. But it's supposed to be rolling out in the coming week, so we should be seeing it pretty soon. Multi-pinning. So students used to be able to pin, or you could pin, one student. But now if the student wants to pin their teacher and say their sign language interpreter, they can do 2 people at once, which is kind of a big deal for those students who need those accommodations. 4, coming for everybody are closed captions in additional languages. Used to just be English, which is unfortunate. But now if I have a Spanish teacher teaching, she can turn on those Google Meet captions in Spanish, German, Portuguese, and French. Now, this is something on the upgrade. I would suspect, though, there are ways to do this through Chrome. It's not for today, but there are ways to do this through Chrome where you have live translated captions. I suspect that they'll eventually roll out to everybody. Public live streaming is something they're pushing out slowly. Most people, I think, are going live on YouTube right now, but they're eventually going to kind of combine it all together. Also, if you're on a tablet, like I know a lot of my teachers had had an iPad with running their Meet and then all these different screens at once. Now you have more controls on your mobile. So if you're using even if you're using a phone or a tablet, you'll have more control on that Meet, because that was a huge problem. You didn't have that same functionality. And this was a feature on Microsoft Teams that people really, really liked and asked for. And is that video lock, where you can turn everybody's video off at once. And that's going to be for everybody. I'm sure elementary teachers are going to come up with a cute way to do it. Like everybody turn your camera on and they're all doing different pose or anything like that. But sometimes you just want to turn everybody's camera off. And if you're having bandwidth issues, remember that live stream sucks that bandwidth off. So you want everybody doing something specific, where they're all on a Nearpod that's really taking up the bandwidth on their computer. You can turn off that video for everybody and help. If you have access to breakout rooms, it could become a little safer. We still have those recording problems that we all had issues with. I have my own domain, but I am not admin for Red District. So, but there are new admin controls for people who are used to playing with those settings. They'll have more access to chat and meetings, and they have just more control. Now, some of you might have seen this. It's my new favorite thing in the world, and that is Smart Canvas. So we're really using docs to pull everything in. If you haven't seen like smart chips, that kind of thing, now you can present. You can see I have this button right here. I can present. I can start a meeting right from right here. Just present using meeting code. I can start a meeting like we're all working on this together real quick. Smart Canvas, where you can put like little chips in, as long as you know the like document name. And look at this, you see these little tables coming in. It's a table template, and I'm super excited about that. Oh, and interactive checkboxes. Like we had checkboxes in Sheets, now they've got them in Docs too. Just super cool. And that's kind of going to run me into this. Like I said, Smart Chips is super neat. If you've got a doc, and we're always like linking other docs, right? So if you have a doc and you want to add it into a doc, you just need to type in the name. You put like @ in the name, and it'll embed that. And you can embed names now, like that's the person responsible. Super neat. You can like embed files and all this kind of stuff. I use it all the time because I'm kind of obsessed. Like those interactive checklists, so where you can share off, everybody needs to do this part, people can check it off. Table templates, this is not rolled out yet, but you'll be able to like get live feedback just from a table. People will be able to vote. I can't wait. I'll be doing that every day. Every day I can work it into my my trainings. So writing tips, this is something that people can turn on and off, your admin, but you'll be able to, like, Google will suggest writing tips for you, like this. Like if you say chairman and it might say that indicates gender, you might want to reconsider that. Analysis. We've all seen the Sheets Explore button, and they might take that up a notch. We've seen, like I said, we already talked about the present to me straight from this button, which is super cool. And just this Smart Canvas, and I think this is something Google is really going to move forward with. Forms is going to get a little simpler. Like instead of having to go up here and go to the gear and change the same things we're always going to change, that you can change your default. So like if you're always doing things a certain way, and you have procedures in your class, which we all do, you can now go into settings, and those settings will be sticky. And they're going to have more fonts. I know you only had like 3 font options. And now you're going to have 20 options, which is crazy. You may have seen this already. You're going to be able to save to forms. So you have it'll save for 30 days. So you'll automatically get that. Enhanced protections are available. You're going to have some drive labels. Those will be admin. And then moving into Chrome. You're going to be able to manage scale. There's a lot available if people are really running that tech side of it. There'll be PIN logins for EDU users for Chromebooks that won't log into their account, but they'll be able, like your littles and stuff, will be able to log in, not how to type and all that. They'll be able to have a PIN. Point scanning is an option. And now to the magnifier on Chrome, you won't have to like zoom in and then zoom back out. You can kind of slide your magnifier over. And built into Chrome now will be some tutorials, which is super, super cool. In case like you have parents or something, kids are learning, there are now going to be some tutorials built into Chrome. So, does anybody have any questions about any of these future updates? All right, well, I'll be hanging out here. I'll hang out here a few minutes. All right. Is there oh God, Miss Bailey's got some good questions. So like right here, updates take place. They're all going to be different. Google's really good about not telling you specifics, so you can't be disappointed. But some of them will roll out like this quarter, some of them will roll out next quarter. So this isn't here yet. Some things you might already see, and it's just going to pop up one day. They're a little secret about specific dates. If you're ever interested, there is like they have a blog right here, a release calendar, and you can check it out. There are tons of blogs out there they write, but there is a calendar right here that'll tell you when things roll out, when things are scheduled. And you can see it's not done far in advance. They'll change things, but if you check here and you check this calendar, and I can drop this in the chat, it'll give you everything. And yes, in my district, we're not going to have access to some of those advanced Meet features, like especially like breakout rooms is a big deal, and some of those roster imports, just because, like I said, we're not paying for that education upgrade this year. But there are lots of cool features we will have, and be ready to go. So, all right, those are the only questions I have. I'm going to close this out, and I will talk to everybody soon.